It was a humble abode nestled between an old bakery and a lively pub. Despite its unassuming exterior, the tinkling of bells and the rhythmic ticking that echoed from within were enough to draw anyone in. And who wouldn't be entranced by the sight of countless clocks, each whispering tales of time's relentless passage? The place was like a museum of time itself. Grandfather clocks stood tall and proud, their pendulum swings like the heartbeat of the city. Smaller clocks adorned the walls, their chimes blending into a soothing melody. And then there were the cuckoo clocks, emerging from their wooden homes at regular intervals to announce the time with a cheerful chirp. But the true magic lay not in the clocks themselves, but in the man behind the counter, a man whose name was synonymous with time itself, Sami Baba, the clockmaker. He wasn't just a craftsman, he was a storyteller, a philosopher, a man who could make time stand still with his tales. The tinkling of bells and the murmur of conversation created a cozy atmosphere in the shop. As the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingled with the scent of aged wood and oil, it was a place where people came not just to fix their watches, but to fix their lives. One day, two boys burst through the door, their laughter echoing through the shop. They were different in many ways. Horace was studious and thoughtful, always with a book in hand. Daniel, on the other hand, was a whirlwind of energy, forever chasing the next adventure. They were best friends despite their differences. "Sami Baba," Daniel exclaimed. "We've come to learn the secrets of time from you." Sami Baba, ever the showman, leaned back in his chair and twirled his long white beard. "Ah, so you want to know the secrets of time, eh? Well, that's not going to be an easy task. Time is a tricky thing. You see, it slips through your fingers like sand, yet it shapes our lives like the tide upon the shore. If you wish to understand it, you must experience it, feel its passage, and learn from it. But how can we do that?" Harris asked, his brow furrowed in thought. Daniel, never one to sit still, paced around the shop, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "We need an adventure, something to make time stand still." Just then, Sami Baba stopped stirring his coffee and his eyes lit up with an idea. "I believe I have just the thing," he said with a twinkle in his eye. He led the boys to a large grandfather clock in the corner of the shop. Its face was covered with intricate carvings and its pendulum swung rhythmically, keeping perfect time. "This is no ordinary clock," Sami Baba said. "It's a timekeeper, a guardian of moments, and I believe it has a message for you." With a flourish, he threw open the clock's doors, revealing a pair of intricately carved wooden boxes. "These boxes," Sami Baba said, "hold the secrets of time. I want you to take them and use them wisely. Whatever you do with them will shape your understanding of time." He handed one box to each boy, warning them to return in a week to share their experiences. Then he added mysteriously, "Remember, the true nature of time lies not in the ticking of clocks, but in the moments that make up a life." With their boxes in hand, the boys set off into the bustling city, eager to begin their adventures. Daniel, ever the impulsive one, couldn't wait to explore the city's wonder. "Come on, Harris," he said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "Let's see what adventures await us." They started by visiting the city's vibrant marketplace, where the sights, sounds, and smells of exotic foods filled the air. Daniel, unable to resist the allure of sweet treats, bought himself a bag of candied fruits. He savored each bite, the sugary syrup melting in his mouth like a reminder of fleeting pleasures. Meanwhile, Harris, thinking of his ailing neighbor, bought fresh vegetables and herbs, delivering them with a smile that bloomed like the flowers he picked for his neighbor. As the day wore on, Daniel continued to indulge in the sensory delights of the city. He sipped on refreshing lemonade, marveled at the vibrant colors of handmade crafts, and listened to the soulful tunes of street musicians. Each moment was a new discovery, a tiny adventure that tick-tocked away like the hands of a clock. The next day, Daniel decided to venture beyond the city walls. He explored a nearby park, climbed a towering oak tree, and raced across sprawling fields. He chased butterflies that danced in the sunshine, skipped stones across a crystal-clear lake, and watched clouds morph into fantastic shapes in the vast expanse of the sky. Each activity was a celebration of life, a joyous chime in the symphony of time. Meanwhile, Harris was engrossed in his own set of adventures, though his journey was more introspective. He visited the local library, losing himself in the musty pages of ancient books. He learned about distant lands, fascinating cultures, and the lives of people who had come before him. In the quiet corners of the library, he found solace in stories, understanding that life's greatest moments were often lived in the quiet of contemplation. Daniel's adventures continue. He attended a lively festival where he rode a creaky Ferris wheel, marveled at acrobatic feats, and joined in the rhythmic beat of traditional drums. He tasted mouth-watering street food, laughed at the antics of fellow merrymakers, and even won a stuffed animal at a shooting range. Each experience was a colorful thread in the tapestry of his life, woven together by the golden thread of time. Harris, though, was drawn to a different kind of adventure. He volunteered at an animal shelter, finding joy in caring for abandoned pets. He played with playful puppies, soothed gentle old cats, and walked dogs who needed exercise. He felt a profound sense of fulfillment, realizing that sometimes the greatest adventures were in acts of kindness and love. As the week drew to a close, both boys were filled with a mix of emotion. Daniel, with his pockets full of trinkets and memories, realized that while material possessions were fleeting, the experiences he cherished would last a lifetime. Harris, holding a dog leash in one hand and a book in the other, understood that true adventures weren't just about exploration, but about connection, kindness, and learning. The following week, they returned to Sami Baba's shop, each bearing tales of their adventures. Daniel, ever the enthusiast, couldn't stop talking about the delicious food, the thrilling rides, and the vibrant festivals he'd experienced. He spoke of the joy of laughter, the thrill of the unknown, and the warmth of human connection. Harris, on the other hand, described the tranquility of reading, the satisfaction of helping animals, and the beauty of everyday life. He spoke of the power of knowledge, the rewards of compassion, and the peace found in quiet moments. When they opened the boxes, they found them both empty, just as Sami Baba had predicted. Daniel and Harris stared at the empty boxes, puzzled. "Where are the coins?" Daniel asked, his brow furrowed. Sami Baba, watching the boys with amusement, leaned back in his chair. "The true nature of time lies not in the ticking of clocks or the counting of coins, but in the moments that make up our lives," he said, his voice soft yet resonant. "You've spent the past week experiencing life, haven't you? Where are the memories you've made, the friendships you've forged, the knowledge you've gained? These are your treasures, not gold coins." Daniel and Harris looked at each other, realizing the wisdom in Sami Baba's words. Daniel smiled, remembering the taste of the candied fruits, the sound of the street musicians, and the feel of the sun on his skin as he climbed the oak tree. Harris too smiled, thinking of the soft fur of the puppies, the purr of the old cat, and the smell of old books in the library. "So what did you learn?" Sami Baba asked gently. Daniel and Harris exchanged glances. "We learned that time isn't just about the ticking of clocks," Daniel said thoughtfully. "It's about the moments, big and small, that make up our lives. It's about embracing adventure, helping others, and cherishing every experience." Sami Baba nodded, his eyes twinkled. "And remember," he added, "it's not the length of time that matters, but how we spend it." As the boys left the shop, the tinkling of bells and the rhythmic ticking seemed to echo their newfound understanding of time. They had come for the secrets of time, and they had found much more wisdom, friendship, and a deeper appreciation for life. The adventure had been a success.